Hi everyone. So today we are going to talk about 5 web technologies that every blockchain programmer should know. As a blockchain developer or blockchain architect, it's important to understand that there's a lot of technologies out there that have been created over the years that are in use for web technologies that apply to your blockchain projects. A lot of times it's better to use a more proven web technology than it is to use one of those new and unproven blockchain technologies. So, number 1, REST APIs. An API stands for Application Programming Interface, and REST stands for Representational State Transfer. I almost never get that right. Now, a REST API is the most common way computer systems share functions and data with each other. REST APIs are extremely common in web programming, and you will see them all the time. Websites that you don't even know are using REST APIs are getting data and functionality from other applications or other websites. So REST API is very important in blockchain because sometimes you're going to find that it's easier to do something using an API than it is to develop a smart contract. So number 2 is JSON. Now, JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation, okay? And it's a way that data is notated, data is structured to be passed back and forth from applications. Most REST APIs transfer data back to the calling application using JSON. JSON is extremely easy to learn. Most modern programming languages can support JSON in only 1 or 2 lines of code. So JSON is really important because there's going to be times that you're going to be using APIs, and also within your blockchain application, you're going to be using JSON a lot. JSON isn't only important for data transfer. Modern documents style databases also store data in the database in a JSON format. So it's important as a blockchain developer that JSON be something that you learn and understand. So number 3 is OAuth 2.0. Now, OAuth is a delegation of authority pattern. And what that means is that means you as a user delegate your authority to an application to act on your behalf. So for example, I wrote a simple YouTube application, and what it needed to do is go in and look at my YouTube account to see how many subscribers and likes I have on my videos. Well, in order to do that, I need to delegate the authority from me as an individual user to my application to talk to YouTube on my behalf. Now, this is very important in blockchain because blockchain systems are going to need to communicate with each other. If you have a blockchain user that is on one blockchain and it needs to communicate with a blockchain user that's on another blockchain, what needs to happen is the first blockchain user needs to delegate his authority to the blockchain so that the blockchains can talk to each other and not the users talking to each other individually. So OAuth has been around for a while. It's very important. It's something that I highly recommend that you get a good understanding of. Number 4 is called SAML. Now, SAML is a security assertion markup language, and it's used in single sign-on applications. Now, it's important in blockchain because you're going to have a lot of different applications in blockchain, and there's no reason that a user needs to sign on to an application each time they use a different application in the blockchain. So single sign-on, or SAML, is a way to communicate the fact that you've been authenticated by an authentication server, and now you're able to talk to all the elements that are part of the blockchain. And then last, number 5, we're talking about hashing. Hashing has been around for quite a while. It's the digital fingerprinting of data. It's widely used in email security. It's used in file transfer. One of the things it's used for is storing passwords in the database. So if you enter your password into the screen, when it's stored, it's actually stored as a hash. So again, it's important that you understand how different technologies in different environments work, because sometimes blockchain technologies and the problems that you want to solve in blockchain have already been solved in web technologies or in other technologies. Now, in future videos, I'm going to take a deep dive into each of these technologies. And in the meantime, I'm going to post some links to some useful other YouTube videos in the description down below. But make sure you hit subscribe, and I will see you next time.